to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below.
Ladies, can we start a thread? Because I want to talk about something that I haven't heard. And I just want to know if anyone else, any women are experiencing this. Quick backstory. Coming up, I always had low self-esteem. I never felt attractive. I didn't really have friends. I was pretty much a loner. And so as an adult, I still have some of those thoughts in my mind. And it could honestly affect how I present myself when I'm out.
Now, I want people to take note of this. Notice how she stated I, and how she was taking accountability and responsibility and acceptance, right, for those actions, for the way that she feels, and how everything is taking place due to the fact of her perception, the way that she was feeling, and the way that she was going about things, because that's going to play a very important role a little bit later in the video.
But with that said, I have a lot of gorgeous friends, okay? Everybody's pretty. Everybody's pretty. Can we talk about how we are not the woman that's like ever approached in the friend group? More specifically, how you internalize it, how you deal with it. You know, because it's hard for me to believe that I'm the pretty girl when I'm out and men don't approach me. I tell you guys all the time that like I get the most attention from guys on the internet, not out in public. I for the most part, I'm never approached, just to keep it a buck. Or I'm approached by super older guys, like 50 and up. Nobody in my age range. And I don't care how many times my friends tell me I'm pretty. People at church tell me I'm pretty. When it's all said and done and I'm in a room with them, I'm never seen.
So remember, I told you earlier on, she was stating I. She was taking accountability and responsibility and acknowledging the fact that her own perception and her own thought processes are leading to the fact of why it is that she's not getting the things that she wants directly out of life. So now you hear her in a sense stating that, when I'm out there with my friends, blaming. I don't really get the attention. I'm seen as the odd one out. Nobody really comes up to me. I don't get guys within my age range. I get guys on the internet and I get guys that are older. Well, if you're getting guys that are older, those older guys are pretty much appreciating you for who you are. They're looking at you for who you are and they value that, right? If you're getting guys that are on the internet, you're getting them on the internet because you're solo, you're by yourself, and you're exuding that confidence that you, in a sense, state that you have. But for whatever reason, when you're around your friends, which you deem them to be pretty, but not yourself, you're not exuding that confidence. You're telling everybody on the platform that, hey, my friends are prettier than me. They're more beautiful than me. They're getting all of this attention. But how is it that you see yourself? How do you view yourself? How do you categorize yourself? What box do you specifically put yourself in? You automatically separate the beauty. You say that your friends are beauty and you're just this woman here, the ugly duckling, the odd one out that never gets the attention. But the thing about the attention is you have an issue because it's not the attention from the men that you desire and want. You're getting attention from men, but it's not the ones that you specifically desire and want.
And it's kind of hard to deal with. And then you can't even really talk to your homegirls about it because if you tell them, then they're going to be self-conscious about how they are in your presence and you don't want to dim their light because you love them. But like, what do I have to do? Distance myself from pretty people? Like, that doesn't make sense. I don't know. How do y'all deal with it? Do you talk to your homegirls? Do you just internalize it? Do you talk to other people? Do you just ignore the feelings? Like, because that's my thing. When I'm by myself and I meditate or I look at myself in the mirror, I feel beautiful. And then I get around other pretty girls and I feel like the ugly duckling. And nobody can convince me that I'm attractive. That's why it's hard for me to receive compliments. That's why it's hard for me to trust that what people are saying they mean, because my life experience tells me otherwise. Otherwise. So, how do you deal with it if you are dealing with it?
So, and this is the point in the video where everything started to come to a turn, where all of the insecurities, where everything that she feels about herself was showing, right? And what a lot of women don't understand is that when you go out here and you present yourself to the world, you can doll yourself up, you can look how it is that you want to look. But internally, whatever you feel internally is going to show directly through all the makeup, through all the eyelashes, through whatever hair that you have, through whatever, $100 or $1,000 dress and shoes that you got, whatever makeup that you got on, it's going to come forth. So if you're exuding confidence internally as a woman, it's going to sit up there and show. It don't matter what the woman looks like, it's going to exude and come forth. You can be a beautiful and a pretty looking woman, but if internally you're telling yourself that you're ugly, that you're hideous, that you're this, that you're that, men are going to see that. There's no way to sit up there and hide that. You can try to fake that all you want to. The internal is always going to show forth. And if it's not showing forth, the way that you carry yourself and the way that you refer and talk about yourself is going to show in conversation. So for a lot of women out here, you might try to exude this confidence, but internally you're not there. But then when you're talking to a guy that you're actually interested in, all of that beauty on the outside is going to fade because people are going to pay attention to the internal, which are the words, the things that are coming directly from the soul. So she was breaking down, realizing the fact that, yo, I can't, in a sense, blame my friends, even though she said, like, what do I have to do? Do I have to exclude myself from pretty people? Yet again, she's online telling everybody that she is not pretty. She's online telling people that no matter what men out here tell them, no matter what people in church or their friends sit up there, she's not going to believe it. Why she's not going to believe it? Because that's not what she feels. That's not what she sees. That's not how she deems herself. And I've gone through this woman's TikTok. And she is, in a sense, when she's solo, she's exuding that confidence. She's showing off, her body. She's showing off or exuding the fact that she's proud of her body. She's proud the way that she is. But that same thing that you do online when you're solo, that's not the same thing that you do when you're with your friends, because you internalize their beauty. You're automatically looking at your friends like, yo, they're just the standard of beauty. Like, I'm nothing in comparison to them. And that's the craziest way to sit up there and go about stuff. That's why you're losing. That's why your confidence and everything else is so low. Just like you stated, you are internalizing all of these things. You don't know how it is to, in a sense, deal with yourself. So because you can't deal with yourself or come to terms with that, you're having an even harder time dealing with somebody else that you're holding to a higher standard. And then beyond that, you're having a harder time seeking or getting a guy, right, that you perceive as somebody that you would want. You having a hard time getting his attention, acquiring his attention, and having him potentially want to, have a relationship with you, a conversation with you, lunch or dinner or anything else. This is strictly a you problem. This is all you. And you have to just sit down and you have to stop playing that same negative recording over and over and over again. You have to rewrite the whole programming. It's like whenever you create a video game and a video game is broken, you can't blame the player for the reason why the video game is broken. You have to go to the source. You have to go to the devs who wrote the script and everything else for that game. They are the ones that know the game internally versus the player who can only look at things from an outside perspective as it is what it is. You are the dev in this perspective. I would be the guy, right? I am the player. I'm the one that is just able to view and look at it as is. You know the internal workings of yourself. So if there is anything corrupted, if there's anything wrong, if there is something that is not mathing or not computing, you being the dev have to be the one to go in and internally, rewrite the script. Or you might have to, configure a patch and upload that so that everything is working as it should be working. Like I said, the only reason, in a sense, that you are broken is because you have enabled and allowed yourself to be broken because you stated what? You're still carrying on things from the past. Your past is determining what your future is, and that's not how that is supposed to go. And I'm also going to say this too. A lot of your female friends that you deem as beautiful than you or prettier than you, they can get all this attention. They're happy that you're there because that ups their chances of getting the men that they desire, right? Because a lot of women, what women will decide to do is that they'll have that one friend who might not be as attractive. They'll have them tag along in a group so that when the guys see the group, they can specifically look at, okay, there's a tier list here. Okay, this person is at the bottom, and then everybody else, this person's at the middle, and then everybody else is at the top, because nobody in a group of women wants to be deemed or seen as not beautiful, as not pretty. So you may need to just change the type of women that you are around, because like I said, I've seen this time and time again throughout my life. And you can look at movies, you can look at other conversations that people will sit up there and have. The friends will always keep the person that has low confidence, that doesn't think highly of themselves, that thinks nothing about themselves, or that deems themselves as undesirable and ugly, in order to up their chances of getting the attention of guys in general, or of these specific guys. Like I said, it's a game at the end of the day. So don't believe that your friends, in a sense, have your best interest. Because if they had your best interest, then they would be a wing woman. You will be able to tell them, like, hey, I'm interested in this guy. I don't really know what to say. I don't know how to get his attention. I was wondering if you could be my wing woman and, in a sense, you know, do that, with me. So, my chances are better. That's what a real female friend should do. They shouldn't just leave you to the wayside, off like in the savage lands, just to, do whatever. They should want you to be as prosperous and have as many chances as they have. But like I said before, it's a cutthroat society when it deals with women. It's dog eat dog world when it comes to women in competition. In the moment in time that those women automatically know that there's a possibility that you can be on the same level and get the exact same type of men or better, is going to be a problem. And the same friends that you got will be the same ones that's going to attack you, talking behind your back and trying to tear you down in order to get the men that are desiring you. So like I said, as a woman, you better be careful of the company that you keep.